Hello everyone, what a surreal simulation this is. If someone said that someday you'd be listening to a talking cat, I imagine your response would have been to accuse said individual of fragility of the mind and measure them up immediately for a straitjacket. Nevertheless, here we are. Could be worse. I could have been talking foliage. Just one moment. I'm receiving news from the ground, from our reporter at large, Damien the Daffodil. Apparently, chemtrails are hitting heavy today. Anyway, talking plant life aside, I am Cat Cosmic, and I bring you more words from Duane the Great Writer. On the subject of constituted authority, can real awareness be attained through rejection of it? Well, it's not about rejecting anything. It's about, in fact, working the system. If someone has created something, then yes, it's there and available, like the books in the library. If they are workable and a benefit, then fine. But if you don't need to go to the library, if you don't need that reference, then don't utilise it. That's what all these created things are. The political, religious, education, all these systems, creations from people in creation. But it doesn't mean then that these are all our lives can be. But then you can have a police state here, where people are forced to agree. That can become the difference and a real challenge. How to get along and survive in these systems and these societies and police states. But it's not a rejection. A person can say they don't want that, and that isn't a rejection, that's a choice. So, no need to reject the system, we can be fine with everything. There are benefits to it, individually with the laws and governments within the structure of restriction. Because all of it is restriction, but we have to deal with it. Or it's forced upon us, and we have agreed to it. But we're waking up to what we have agreed to, and we can make a choice. So it's not about revolting or getting rid of the system or changing it. It's simply a reference to utilise or not. As we have agreed to it, it is here, and now we must deal with it. But that's okay. Now people are paying attention to what they don't need in life, which should motivate people to see more, and take the risk more for themselves, to take the time to wake up and recognise the isness life is, because that's the real benefit, but also a big journey. There is a benefit to all of this, but you have to learn to see it. We have embraced authority, which is fine. In the corporation, we allowed Harry to exist, you might say. We stepped aside. So again, just step aside, rather than stand there with picket signs, etc. We do speak of what's going on, but they are just warnings, like whistleblowers. But you do have to see the whole picture, so we can decide better. So no rejections necessary. Simply make a choice and sidestep it and start a new position, like Duane sidestepping Harry and the corporation and starting his new presentation. And they really don't like that, but he does have their attention. It's all about getting their attention, but up to them to make the choice. And you do always have to be the risk-taker. Damien the Daffodil would report more news on the ground, but he got trodden on by a stampede of zombie-like mobile phone brandishing humans. The perils of being a plant amidst the droned-out oblivious masses. Maybe I need slightly bigger, less likely to be squashed reporters. Any trees out there? I need roots on the ground. Ah well, speak with you all soon.